CJ Gardner-Johnson is at it yet again, this time elaborating on what he believes happened with the Philadelphia Eagles. And to be honest, it is getting out of hand at this point. Something needs to be said. What is going on, everybody? Welcome into A to Z Philly, your number one home for Eagles coverage. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this content. Be sure to subscribe and also ring that bell down below. That way you don't miss any of the coverage. RB back bringing you another one from the link. And today, what do you know? Another person, another former Eagle talking that talk. We need to address what CJ Gardner-Johnson is saying right now, because let's be honest, at this point, he is lying. He is blatantly lying, and we will break all of it down here. But before we jump right into it, shout out to the sponsor of today's video, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code ATOZPA and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. Find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Pennsylvania only. New customer offer. Bonus bets expire 7 days from issuance. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Speaking of BetMGM, you might want to go play something before this Sixers big game 7 tomorrow. Shout out to all the Philly fans out there. But we need to talk about CJ Gardner-Johnson. I know it's past history, it's done with, but why does this keep coming up? Apparently, CJ Gardner-Johnson spoke out yet again yesterday, and he talked about why he is no longer with the Philadelphia Eagles. Just to give you a quick rundown, he was a free agent after the season. The Eagles had traded before last season to acquire him for late round picks and ended up being one of the biggest steals of a trade. He helped the Eagles get to the Super Bowl. Great defensive player, obviously a former corner turning into a safety. And he was leading the league in interceptions until he had that lacerated kidney. He was just stellar this season. Eagle Nation appreciated CJ Gardner-Johnson, but right now he is starting to make a fool out of himself. You know, he goes and he tests the market in free agency, and then the Eagles decide to go elsewhere. Howie Roseman finds a way to bring back Darius Slay and James Bradbury, pair them back together after it seemed like Slay was gone. I mean, it was literally said like he's going, it's over. And Howie swooped in and got it done. And the odd man out was CJ Gardner-Johnson. But the fact of the matter is that CJ ended up signing a one-year deal for way less money that was talked about, right? They were talking about 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, $17 million up there with the upper echelon of safeties. And the fact of the matter is CJ Gardner-Johnson was not worth that much. Howie Roseman played it exactly right. And CJ Gardner-Johnson overbet on himself. And then he tried to come back, and, well, the Eagles went a different direction. But here he was on the Up and Adams show, and this is what he had to say when speaking out about the situation.
What happened?
I don't think no front office from where I've been at understand the player. They see the hair, lash out, going against players on the field, but it's like, you rather a guy that's passionate about you or not passionate about you. So I think when you get to a spot, you give it your all, and then they just turn the back on you. I mean, you just treat it like a business. I mean, I'm just here to do what I got to do, make my teammates happy, understand that you can't put your feelings too much into it. So, I mean, like I said, they want to take the game away from the player, but you can't really do it because when you put me out there, you can't find nothing bad about me. I'm always there for my teammates. I'm the first one on the spot. But those type of conversations with the agents, teams, I just let it go in one or the other, because the way they see me and the way other people see me, it's two different things. So it's like,
I got to stop him there. I mean, this is all blasphemy. It's all lies. CJ, I will say this on behalf of all Eagle fans. Everybody appreciates you. Everybody was calling for you to come back. It's not even the way you played on the field, but in addition to that, it's your intensity, it's your passion, it's the way that you're willing to go out there and make a hard hit every single Sunday. The fact that you'll walk up to Tom Brady and tell him to shove it. Like, that is what this city rides on. Everybody wanted to see CJ Gardner-Johnson back. In fact, there were many people saying, bring him back over Darius Slay. Let Slay go. He's the older player. I wouldn't be surprised if CJ becomes one of the top safeties in the NFL. But at the same time, you just switched over. Your market value is not there. And let's not forget as well what we covered on this show, how after this whole debacle happened, CJ Gardner-Johnson's representation, I forget the name of the agency, but they were literally out on Twitter tweeting the different scenarios. They said, would you rather take a 1-year, $6.5 million deal, which is what he signed fully guaranteed, or, get the third year, $17 million guaranteed and, $8 million per year, like push it more towards the back end. They were literally tweeting different scenarios. So your representation looked foolish, CJ Gardner-Johnson, and now you are making a fool out of yourself. He said the Eagles front office turned their back on him. What are you talking about, dude? Really, let it go. You're in a good situation with the Detroit Lions, an upcoming team. Obviously, they drafted a safety, but you will have a lot of room to compete, and you'll probably hit the market again next year and make a lot of money if you keep it up. But come on, man. He said that no organization has understood really the way he is and allowed him to be the guy he wants. Come on, man. You said that in New Orleans. You talked many times this year about how you enjoyed Philadelphia and the front office and the coaches and how you really were able to step outside of your comfort zone and become a better player, which you did. You were one of the best in the league. And now he's kind of turning and, he's interacting with fans on Twitter. Come on, man. Grow up, man. Here's a tweet from Ruben Frank, who summed up the situation that we kind of talked about. He says, I'm told the Eagles did indeed make an offer at the start of free agency. It wasn't what CJ wanted, and he turned it down. And by the time he realized he had misjudged the market. The Eagles had moved on to other priorities, so he signed for less with Detroit. Nobody really wanted you as in the way that you thought. We heard the Bengals, the Lions. The fact of the matter is, it just wasn't what everybody thought, and Howie Roseman played it exactly right. There was a report that Darius Slay was ready to go to the Baltimore Ravens, and Howie swooped in and got him back because you misjudged. You wanted to test the market, which is fine, but you held on way too damn long. But I have a problem with him saying, the coaches are trying to take the player out of the player and stuff like that. Come on, man. This was your best situation. And that's what really gets me. That's why your representation, really, they have their priorities all upside down, in my opinion. Because if you were going to take a 1-year deal, why not come back to the Philadelphia Eagles on a discount? You took a discount. That's what happened. Why not come back to the Eagles, who are going to be in a better situation, who could have a realistic chance of going back deep into the playoffs, maybe to the Super Bowl, which would have awarded you a payday next season, right? Anytime the team wins, you just saw it with the Philadelphia Eagles. Everybody individually wins. Why would you not come back? I just don't understand this at all. I thought the Eagles had a really good offseason. Unfortunately, they could not bring back Gardner-Johnson, but, they treated you with respect. They gave you opportunity to roam around and move to a different position and really blossom as a player. So the fact he's sitting here still crying a couple months later is just ridiculous. And I don't think it's right. I think he just needs to move on, focus on the future, and, do his thing in Detroit. So those are my thoughts on it. We will see how all of it plays out. At the end of the day, the Eagles will be just fine. And, it's unfortunate, but, they will find a replacement. And they've already started to stack up. They drafted a safety in the 3rd round, and they have a lot coming their way. So we will see how all of it plays out. Give me your thoughts down below. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? Appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.